What's up? So, I feel like I want to stick on this Christian thing a bit longer because it's something that's always, quite often on my mind, since I was raised into it, these questions. And this is, as always, a message of love. It's not, um, well, it is a judgment. I have really no problem calling it that, but it's not, um, it's not based in hate, or it's based in frustration, but it's not based in disdain for the Christians. It's just a call to have a deeper look into your reality, my reality, the reality that we all share, right? And I had seen things that come across my feed about the Antichrist with that guy Peter Thiel, who I think most people by now have heard of his name and what he represents and all that. And he's been going around. He's doing like a world tour or something about the Antichrist. And I don't know a lot about it, but people are talking about it. I don't know what he's saying, but what I keep putting out there is that Christians aren't being like Christ, or Jesus wouldn't be a Christian, or he wouldn't carry out the actions that Christians do. And this isn't anything new. Where if you look back in history at the Reformation, the Protestants and Martin Luther and that, I mean, he was saying that the Pope, who at the time was the leader of all Christianity, is the Antichrist. And a lot of people bonded, and they thought critically to say, like, this guy's the opposite. In his deeds is way more satanic than it is Christ-like. And so today, though, if you look at all the Protestants, I'm wondering about their consciousness, how it's not any different than the Catholics, the rest of Christianity, when it comes to the consciousness, not being Christ consciousness. So if it's not Christ consciousness, then what is it? Is it Antichrist? Is the consciousness of the majority of people who call themselves Christians Antichrists? Because that's how it looks to me. And that sounds like a really bold judgment and something that people don't want to hear. And it's not like an easy thing for me to even come on here and say it, but I'm saying it as a message of love. I'm not saying it to piss people off. And I myself am still in this system, this evil, and I say you can call it satanic system. Not like worshiping some devil with horns, satanic, just satanic in how it's all about me, and that selfishness, the greed, not caring about your consequences of your actions, is way more satanic, more based in violence than it's all based in violence, our actions, and us making believe that it doesn't matter. Our actions don't, there's no cause and effect, right? That, understanding cause and effect as a law that exists in this universe that you can't escape, understanding that, also understanding that as within, so without, if the selfish, greedy, there are no consequences to my actions, that belief system creates what we see outside of ourselves. As within, so without, right? And all is mind, right? These are Hermetic principles that I'm referring to. All creation begins, the root cause is within the mind. And so as within, so without is, I know that's something that Jesus alluded to, even saying the kingdom of heaven is within. That's how you're going to get there. It's because it's created within. It's going to bring us to what's outside of us. And what do we see outside of us is created by this satanic kind of mindset. It's not Christ's consciousness. It's not. It's anti-Christ. And you gotta look at the truth objectively when you are going to work, generating that money that goes towards the violence, going to the voting booth to willingly choose these evil people, which so many people say picking the lesser of two evils, but then they don't see that as evil, which is bizarre. I talk about this stuff and how your tax money is contributing to violence. The consciousness says like, well, I don't see it that way. Like it's not my fault. But objectively, truth, like that, those are your actions, and what are the consequences of your actions? Is that violence ensues, and then you'll have people say, "Oh, well, Jesus said, give to Caesar, render unto Caesar what is Caesar." There's a justification or some way of saying that we're supposed to be governed, that we're supposed to be taxed. I don't know. I think the guy had his face on the coin, on the money. So, I mean, if I had my face on a coin and money, I think it was mine too. Anyway, I don't know the full history of the currency back then and all that, but people were being taxed just as they are today. I do not understand this belief that some of these people get to have this right to rule over us. I do not understand. I do not understand it. I do not understand how the consciousness believes that we need to be ruled over by people who steal from us and create all this violence, and they're supposed to protect us from violence. We need them. I don't understand it. And anyway, the whole Antichrist thing, that's it. You know, I think they're laughing at us. So many people think about the second coming of Christ, and that's going to save us. And then there's alongside that, there's the Antichrist is coming, and he's going to be like handsome. He's going to deceive the people. He's going to do this. I mean, if he came a long time ago, because you live in the Antichrist consciousness. I mean, he don't have to come here. The Antichrist doesn't need to come here. It's already done. And I don't know why people believe that you need Jesus to come back in order to change. What are you waiting for? I mean, that is a trap. I'm not someone who's really read up on the Bible, but here we are 2,000 years later, and I've seen a lot of people die waiting for him instead of just being like him. That's what we need to do. That's what we have to do. We have to start not supporting and condoning violence, and being honest with yourself that you are. That's it. That is it. That is why the consciousness is Antichrist. Because you're going around thinking you're such a good person, but you're condoning and supporting violence, and you don't even get it that you are. It's an amazing trick. Amazing. And I mean, I don't know what else to say, because people don't like to hear it. And like, the easiest thing to do is to like make me look like, I don't want to say the bad guy, or just deflect, argue with me, bring out the justifications. But that's not going to change. It's not going to change your actions still being objectively true. That's why you can't argue with the truth. And the only thing you can do is do that inner work and be honest. Yeah, I mean, I could keep going. I know people who they'll even just say they don't care, because that's a lot easier than actually going and doing that inner work. And I think I know people who just really condone the violence. They don't care about other people. And at the same time tell me to go to church. So that's what drives me to make these videos, because anyway, I don't know. I said enough. The Antichrist is winning. He's not coming. He already was here a long time ago, man. Winning. How do you get out of here?